crafters, welcome to the DM's Craft Short Tip. I'm DM Scotty, good to have you with me. Today I want to show you a quick little way to make skins. What I was going to use these skins for was like a lair type situation where I wanted to make it look like there were monsters, that were living in a certain area. And I thought it might be kind of cool to make some quick skins as opposed to beds where, monsters may not care about the beds, but they may want something to lay on. So I thought it'd be fun to use skins, like animal hides, as sleeping areas for these monsters. So let's go to the table and I'll show you how I did that. To start this project, I'm going to use a piece of card, just regular cardstock. So I've got it ready to go. Now I have a figure standing by because I just want to, it helps to get the scale of these things when if you're trying to do something freehand. So what I'm going to do is I want to make this look like a big pelt. So I'm going to draw here and I'll just kind of get a shape with some arms, legs, well, depending on what the animal is. It could be a bear pelt, it could be a moose or something. So there we go, I've got a pretty good shape there. You can always rearrange that. Now I'm going to use my small glue gun for this. And well, ideally when you do this, you'd probably want to do, half a dozen or something. I'm just doing one for demonstration. So I'm pretty close here. So what I'm going to do, so you can see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squirt a little bit of glue, not much, and then I'm going to start pulling that. And I'm just going to repeat that. Now, the small glue gun is much better suited for this. If you have a large one, it's really hard to do this kind of small detail on it. So just don't squirt too much and then just keep pulling it. And you're simulating the fur on this thing. So what I'll do is I'll finish this up and then show you what it looks like. So I've ended up with a really nice texture, so I hope you can see that. I just did really short strokes on that to give it that fur look. So what I'll do now is I'll just cut this out and just follow my pattern. Okay, so now all I have left to do is to paint it up. So I'll base paint it black like I always do with a flat spray paint, and then we'll come back and put some browns on it, or whatever color you actually like to put on it. So now my skins have dried, and I've painted them with a burnt umber, so that's the dark brown. I'm going to keep the brown theme. You could do other colors. You could do a gray and a white, or if you're doing snow beasts or something like that. But I was keeping it to the brown palette, so that's what I used. So I did my burnt umber base coat where I painted it black first and then the burnt umber on top of that. And now I'm going to use two colors. I'm going to use a spice brown, so I'll go ahead and put that on now. So I'm just going to dry brush that on. So do it this way, so then that picks out the fur texture that you put on there. And makes it look really nice. All right, so that's kind of the fur texture we got. And I'm going to just use the same brush and wipe the paint off. Now I'm going to use a burnt sienna, which is kind of a reddish brown. So I'll get that, put it on. So if you do them different colors, it keeps it a little interesting than just doing them all the same color, although you could. Okay, so there we go. There's that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on a tile and show you what they look like in an encounter. They add a nice little element to the tile. So here we have a nice little guard room, and I've put various of the furs on the floor to show you how nice it looks. So here's a figure for scale. So could be that the characters stumble on this guard room, and it's just a quick way to give the room a little bit of character. If some primitive races were setting up shop or something in a dungeon, they may not have beds and all that kind of thing. You could just simply have some furs, and explain that they look like they've been slept on and that kind of thing. And then I have a nice little well in the room to the guards might have to get water or something. So these few details really turn this tile from just a plain old room to the room has a story. And those furs were just super easy to make. And you can see I made different sizes and colors to make it a little more interesting instead of just making them all the same. So there you go. Some quick, easy fur rugs or beds for your tiles. And I'll see you next time on the DM's Craft.
Hey, you. Yeah, you, back here. Huh? I know it was short, but what do you expect? It was a short tip. Watch longer episodes if you want. Jeez, and quit bugging me. Hey, and make sure you join the forum, too. I almost forgot. Oh, yeah, and have a magical, craftastic day.